Well, they didn't have any white sanitation workers. The whites was heavy equipment operators. They dealt with the bulldozers and those big cranes and things. You know, it was a whole different ball game for them because on rainy days they still got paid. They would come in and just be there and they would get paid, but they would send us back home and we didn't get any pay. No sick leave, no grievance fees. That was Dr. Key's thing, was to help poor people, people on the bottom of the ladder.
Hear the blues everywhere. I find the blues all in the air. I've been way to the holy city of love, all over. I've got the blues, and so have you. But I'm so glad I know just what you do. I just sing and I sing for good. My dreams come true. Now you may not believe in reincarnation, but I know the blues. With all this hatred of nation against nation, that put the blues right in its trend. You know, I want to tell you, people, if I can.
At that time, it was just 1,300 sanitation workers that went out, but right after the strike, and after we got recognition, then we organized the school board, the city hospital, the park commission, and all other municipalities. And because of the community and the leadership and the churches and everybody that came together to help those strikers, they provided food for us and we helped pay our bills and all this kind of stuff.
I think that people who strive to gain social acceptance through although they're called nonviolent or passive resistance, they're the most violent. I also think that it is in violation to my civil rights. If someone can say, "You must serve me," if a man owns an eating establishment, if he can't choose whom he pleases to serve or not to serve, that can affect me and you and anyone else.
I would say that they should examine the white person very closely first to see whether or not they're going about it in the right way. Now, if I'm a businessman and people that I do not want in my business insist on either coming in or boycotting, which is their perfect right to do, then certainly it's not going to make me love them.
It's just like one snake is like a snake of his own kind bending with another, maybe. Something like that. I mean, a lion might like a lion. Another lion bending with a bear. That's just like white people and niggers. I mean, white people naturally don't like white people bending their niggers.
Well, it's just not the things we're used to down here. I mean, they come in and they sit down, and we're not used to them sitting down beside us, because I wasn't raised with them. I never have lived with them, and I'm not going to start now.
Sometimes, you would get threats, nigger, go back to work, and this kind of thing. Because it's all the same thing, They were saying our strike was illegal, but all they were saying, segregation and this kind of thing, all it means is a man is not a man. Whatever you say, however you put it, when it comes down to that, it's just, a man is not a man, and he don't have anything to say about his hours and work conditions. one of the ministers here in Memphis, he contacted Dr. King. That was Dr. King's thing, was to help poor people on the bottom of the ladder. And he contacted Dr. King, and he came in. He was at that time he was planning for the Poor People's March. He just put everything aside to come in and work with the sanitation workers. People had faith and confidence in it. It mobilized the men, that the ones that had beginning to start to go back to work. When he got involved, that mobilized the men, and all those men that had went back come back out. And, that helped mobilize this whole thing.
If you got a strong brain and your mind is broad, you won't have to worry about nothing at all. Got a strong brain, your mind is broad.
I have some very sad news for all of you, and that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis. Martin Luther King dedicated his life to love and to justice between fellow human beings. He died in the cause of that effort. In this difficult day, in this difficult time for the United States, it's perhaps well to ask what kind of a nation we are and what direction we want to move in. For those of you who are black, considering the evidence evidently is that there were white people who were responsible, you can be filled with bitterness and with hatred and a desire for revenge. We can move in that direction as a country, in greater polarization, black people amongst blacks and white amongst whites, filled with hatred toward one another. Or we can make an effort, as Martin Luther King did, to understand and to comprehend and replace that violence, that stain of bloodshed that is spread across our land, with an effort to understand, compassion,
put your hands in the air,
and love. For those of you who are black and are tempted to be filled with hatred and mistrust,
hands in the air,
of the injustice of such an act,